Hey, ho, hey, ho. Oh.
That was
It
was like an opera.
Yeah.
Hello. It's 2018.
I can't believe it. Just gonna peek out the microphone completely.
I don't mind, Dale.
Oh my gosh, welcome.
Welcome everyone.
Back. Welcome to Hype Night,
Welcome
everyone.
to Hype Night.
And our very first show for 2018.
Yes.
So welcome.
We're back.
And you know, we got a whole bunch of exciting stuff lined up.
For those of you who have joined us before, thanks for coming back.
And for those of us that are new here to the show, and if you've never watched the show before, welcome to Hype Night. We bring on amazing and wonderful women that just deserve hyping, and we basically bring them in, invite them in, and we give them compliments for 30 minutes because they're amazing and we like to hype people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just decided to make a show. Dale and I are pals.
Yes.
And that's why we're here.
Yeah, let's bring some positivity.
Positivity,
Because
hype.
There are so many wonderful people doing wonderful things. They deserve to be hyped.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it.
We're going to do it. And you're going to join us.
Yeah.
And so you can like and you can share it and you can ask us questions, make comments. If you know our guest, you can tell us stuff you know about her and just get in on the conversation. We would love that. And we'll be checking in with that as the episode goes on.
Absolutely. So we have a whole bunch of exciting things to talk about for 2019. We'll be around.
We're going
in
to time
2019.
travel and then,
A year into the future.
Yeah.
Right now.
That's the exciting news. We time travel.
You all missed last year. But you all did great.
You were great. You were all great. All your dreams came true.
Yes, everybody won the lottery.
Yeah.
It really deflated the dollar.
Yeah.
But we're all so much richer.
Yeah, it's right. We're richer than we think. That's not the slogan for the show. Anyway.
2018, and we have a bunch of exciting things to talk about here and what's happening with Hype Night.
Yes.
Yay!
So, if you're watching us live, we love that.
Yes.
And we'll continue to be live here.
And if you are watching us live, you get to comment and talk to us in live moment times.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. You're like our digital studio audience, which we love.
It's true.
So thanks for joining us. We're also, if you're joining us from the US or the UK right now, the great news is that we're on Amazon Prime now as well in the US and the UK. So there are 5 episodes up there right now from last year's seasons. So you can check us out, Hype Night with Mel and Dale. And if you really love the episode, you can buy it, you can rent it, you can just watch it if you have a subscription. So we're really excited about that.
And you can listen to it on mute and just read it.
Yeah,
Because
that's
it's
right.
captioned.
Because it's captioned.
It's fabulous.
There's a caption.
It's a wonderful thing.
It's a great thing.
Also, we are on a new streaming service called Highball TV.
Yes.
Which is going to be launched very soon. So soon you'll be able to find full episodes there with all of our guests. And we're really excited to be a part of that world and community.
Yes. So that's all over the world.
Yeah.
So if you're joining us from anywhere, you can see us there.
So interesting thing.
Yeah.
We were asking for feedback from our viewers and how they enjoyed the show last year. And we found out from a lot of you that you have been listening to the show and not particularly watching it, but listening to it the next day. So you come on and you find the live stream and you listen to it the next day with your earphones while you're at work. So we thought, you know what we should do? We'll just give it to you like that.
Yeah, we're going to make it easier for you.
We've turned the show into a podcast as well. So you're welcome to download it and subscribe to it. You can go to Podbean and do that. And we'll have them all up, pretty quickly right after the episodes.
Yeah. So you can find us there if you like to listen. We love that.
We love that.
We love that feedback. We're like, that's awesome.
It's great. And I love that people are just experiencing the hype the way they want to.
I do too.
Yeah.
I love a good podcast.
Totally.
It makes me kind of like excited. And like one of my favorite podcasts is the Oprah Soul Sessions, which is basically just the audio from the Super Soul Sundays.
Okay.
So I was like, we're like Oprah.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna, that's how I'm gonna feel
It's just
about
like
it.
no big deal. I don't want Oprah to feel like intimidated or anything.
No, Oprah, you're still good.
You're still
You're
fine.
gonna be fine. Right?
We'll have you on
You're gonna be good.
anytime.
Yeah, anytime you want, Oprah. Wrinkle in Time's coming out. You can come out, talk about the movie.
great.
Bring Ava DuVernay.
Actually, it's 2019, so Oprah's already been on.
She's already been on.
She's already been here.
A lot of things happened in 2018. We're going to update you throughout the episode. And then, so if you love the show and you've been tuning in, or if you're new and you're like, you watch it tonight and you're like, this show's so great, and you want to have the podcast and see the episodes and get special perks and other stuff, you can get that all in one place.
Yes.
And that's, go.
No, I was going to jump in.
Jump in.
Yeah. You can go to Patreon. Patreon. Yeah,
I think it's
Patreon.
Patreon.
Go to Patreon and you can see all kinds of stuff. We are going to be doing some behind the scenes things and some really cool rewards, and we have some really cool goals set up too. So there is a really cool life coming for Hype Night into the next year.
Yeah, which we're really excited about.
Yeah.
And thanks to all of you who've joined us last year and are back.
Yes, welcome. We already have people joining in, including some people that were already guests, like Melanie Tapson. Hello.
Hey, Melanie Tapson.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
It's nice to see you. So we are going to start Hype Night the way we always do, by giving each other a little bit of hype.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start.
Okay. Great.
So in the last couple months, we've really been putting things together for Hype Night, and it takes quite a lot of coordination from different platforms and social media things and different elements of captioning and uploading and downloading and making those things happen in all of those places. And I just want to say it has been a real pleasure to work with you and have someone who follows the timeline and has been like a true partner, and I just really appreciate it, and I think that you're great for that.
Thank you, Dale.
You don't let me down.
Oh, I really appreciate that.
It's really nice.
I really appreciate that. It's so lovely. My hype is in the same vein.
Oh my gosh.
So I would echo all of those things to you, and that's not me like deflecting the hype. That's me sharing it. But I would also say, like, there was one day. It was my birthday last week, and we had a meeting, and I show up to the meeting, and I knew Dale had done all kinds of work, but I show up, and you're like, I did all these things for your birthday. So I set up the Patreon. I did all the Podbean stuff. All the things are ready to go. I did this. I did all this research, and it was like this gift for me of like all this amazing work you've done. And then similarly today, you sent these emails that were like, I published it all, published, and it's really lovely to work with someone I can count on, and someone who has the same level of enthusiasm and commitment to the show. And
thank you.
I really love that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That said, I bought her a plant, told her, you don't need to walk around with this plant. I'll take this plant home for you, and I'll bring it the next time you see it. I didn't bring the plant.
I know. I'm going to be honest. When you walked in today, I was like, oh, I'm going to get that plant. And then you didn't have the plant.
No.
But I know you're good for it. I also know where you live.
I'll keep it alive for you.
You'll keep the plant alive for me. Thanks, Dale.
It's at my house.
I believe you. Maybe now you've fallen in love with it, and you could be honest with me. Dale, I feel like our friendship is at a place right now where you could say to me, Melissa, I'd buy you that plant.
But I'm keeping
it.
I would go and buy myself another one of the same plant.
Oh, it's a good plant.
It's a good plant.
It's a really nice plant.
We'll bring next week.
We're going to bring the plant.
You'll see it.
It's going to be here.
Okay? All right.
All right. That's how Hype Night works.
That's
We compliment, we talk,
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Okay. So we're really excited to announce our guest tonight. She's a journalist, a host, a radio host. She has her own podcast. I mean, yeah. And like, she's one of the most amazing energies you'll have around ever.
Yeah, this room is like full.
Buzzing.
Of wonderful energy right now.
And we're thrilled to have her. I'm going to prepare the music.
Yes, please.
Because I always like press play and then it's quiet. And I don't think that's good.
We're not going to do that today. Not in 2018.
Not in 2019 either. Okay. Our Guest today is journalist, host, radio personality, Duncan! It didn't play. After all that.
Hi. I don't think anyone has ever come into the hype room as fast
like
as
that.
You were just, I don't know what to say. You were like a shot.
This is very futuristic for our time drop.
Well, it's 2019, yo.
That's right.
So there's that.
For those of you listening to the podcast, we're dancing right now.
I know. Oh my gosh, right. We have to think about the people listening. They're just like, what's happening right now?
We really like that open source music.
Yeah.
It's really great.
Thank you, YouTube, and your open source music.
Welcome.
Well, thanks.
You know what? We're going to get right to the drink that you have chosen.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
You have chosen an Earl Grey tea.
I have.
Yeah.
I'm going to
It's so sophisticated.
Is it?
Yeah, it really is.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, there's like hotness. There's hot. I know tea is hot, but for some reason I'm surprised.
Are you hot? You're hot.
Well,
I'm sorry, that sounded
serious.
That sounded really aggressive.
Should I leave?
It's 2019. Anything could happen.
I'm scared for this. Okay, so we have organic cream of Earl Grey.
Yeah, from David's Tea.
It says it's a creamy twist.
What kind of twist are you supposed to have?
I don't know, man. It's a creamy twist.
Listen, it's 2018 or 19. I can't tell anymore. So we're gonna just let everything go.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Are
here
you
we go.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm a little freaked out about pouring the tea. Here
Sorry.
I go. I'm doing it.
I'm just watching. This is really fun.
All right.
She's pouring the tea.
David's
That's a great
Tea
set you've got here.
is not our sponsor right now.
No.
But if they wanted to be, we're not going to object to that.
If they wanted to be, they could answer my email.
And maybe now they don't want to be, Jill.
And they could be.
Oh my goodness.
No big deal.
All right.
They just got business from you. Why would they respond?
Yeah, they got
It's true, right?
Why would they respond?
I know.
got it for free.
I know.
Do you want some of
I'm a frequent steeper at David's Tea.
Are you?
I have a frequent steeper card.
Are you?
Yeah, I steep a lot.
Still advertising.
Right? I know.
Still doing it.
We haven't learned. I haven't learned the game yet.
frequent steeper?
Yeah.
So if I just do this, this doesn't go in it.
No, I think it just
No, I
takes
think
it
you
out
just
of
do
the
that.
honey.
Yeah. All right. Well, that
Yeah,
was a
it
good
took
tune.
all
Why
that
I'm
tune.
We took that. We never take this long with the drink.
But this because we gotta
I
like
think it's
do
2019.
it.
This honey is from. It's golden honey from Glen Farms.
Right
Yeah,
there.
I'm gonna do it too. I think.
okay.
So here we go. Oh gosh! Oh, it touched your arm. It touched your hand.
It's okay that you touch my hand.
I want to say that
fine.
joining us in the studio today are Sonia
get you
D'Agostino,
something
the
for
wonderful
that.
art computer, and Matt Campagna behind the camera. And I want to say that Matt was like, you should put the honey and the cream in before the tea. And I was like, you're probably right, but they're talking. I'm going to wait. Let's do it on camera. And now
want
this
some?
is what's happening.
want
I'm just
some?
going to have the cream.
I've never used one of those honey things, so
Neither
I feel
have
like
I.
that
Okay,
was
good.
where
That was where we both.
I was like, oh, it's Winnie the Pooh, like we're doing it.
How do you out there in our audience? How do you put honey in your tea? Do you use
With a
one
spoon.
of these Winnie the Pooh things? Or do you use a spoon? Is it Winnie the Pooh? The one with the honey?
So Winnie, this is all going now.
No, wait, I need cream. I need
Okay.
cream. Isn't it Winnie the Pooh?
That's what it is.
This is the longest I have ever witnessed.
I know.
Putting
I
tea
feel like
together.
if you're listening to the podcast, we just put honey and cream in our tea. And we haven't had any alcohol, but you wouldn't think that that's the case.
Yes.
'Cause everything's really exciting.
All right.
Cheers to everybody.
Oh, yes.
Cheers to you.
Cheers. Thank you so much for
Cheers.
inviting me. I appreciate
Oh my
Thank you for
gosh,
being
hold
here.
on, I'll have beer.
All right, well, that's good.
Hello everyone in
Yes.
Facebook land.
Hello. Hello.
Nice to see you.
That's
Nice
got a
to see
creamy
you.
twist. I gotta say.
I think we're really landing this sponsorship from David's Tea tonight. I just want to put it out there. I think we're really just.
You know what? And the
tantalizing
twist is that this actually is an ad.
There you go.
There you go.
Because it's 2019 and they've paid
They've already sponsored
It's
the
true,
show
it already happened.
and rescinded the sponsorship. So that's what you're seeing happen.
It's true. You know what? I got a comment from Wade Murphy that Winnie the Pooh did just use his hand, and he did.
I know.
He gets stuck in the tree and he eats it with his hand.
Okay, listen, Wade. As soon as I said it, I knew it was wrong, but I was hoping that people would go with it. Yes, and my suggestion, please, everybody.
I just poured this almost all on myself.
Okay.
Great.
So, you're here.
I am.
It's hype night. We have tea.
Yes.
We're thrilled.
Yeah.
We should talk about the best part of our day.
Yeah.
Oh,
sure.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can start.
Okay.
Today, the best part of my day today was actually prepping for the show.
Okay.
Because it's the first show back in 2018 or 2019, and I feel like it's been a while since I got to research and go down the rabbit hole of someone's world and life, and it was really awesome to read about you and listen to you, and it was really nice. It was I think lately I've been really self-centered, and there's been a lot going on where you get in it, you're always thinking about yourself and where you're going, what you're doing, and I was really tired of that. I'm really tired of myself.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're talking about being an ambitious person,
Yes.
right?
Right.
I don't think that your concern, it happens with everyone.
Okay.
I think it is the concern of a person who wishes more for themselves, at least now in this moment,
Okay. Cool.
and maybe
Yeah.
doesn't feel like they're
Yeah.
hitting all the things right now.
Exactly.
You will, but
yes.
yeah.
It's that. It's
Yeah.
you don't feel like you're. That's a very generous and kind way to put that. Thank you. It's I'm come on, I want to, and it's tiring and it's exhausting. So focusing on someone else and all the awesome things about them is really lovely and refreshing, and I really enjoyed it. So that was the best part of my day.
Great.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
The best part of my day was when Jarrett Martineau called CBC today.
Oh.
Because he's going to be on my show this weekend.
Amazing.
And he does so much. And so it's really hard to just like get in contact with him.
Yeah.
And he called, and I know that he's going to be in and do an interview with us. And I just want to take a moment to tell you who Jarrett Martineau
Please do.
is.
I appreciate it.
So he is, the reason why he's on our show is because he has a podcast called Reclaim.
Okay.
And it's all about the new wave of Indigenous music from different Indigenous communities.
Awesome.
And so so we're going to be talking about that, but he has done so much. He has something, he's a producer and the co-founder of Revolutions Per Minute, which is a global new music platform. It's a record label and it's an artist collective for contemporary Indigenous music. And he does, and he has like so much more.
Oh, I just heard about this.
Yeah.
Have you?
I did.
Yeah.
The Revolutions Per Minute thing. I did just hear about this,
okay.
but I don't know how I heard about it.
Cool.
I don't know where I did.
Well, he has like one of the newer things that he's doing is that he's got this podcast. They're in their sort of second season.
Okay.
On CBC, and I'm so excited for the work that he's doing. So I was just really happy when he called because it meant that it kind of closed the loop on what my show is for the weekend. So it was one of these moments where it's like, everything's gonna be okay.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's what it was.
That's
And I really like him a lot, even though we haven't really met, but I don't know.
You get a good feeling.
I get a really good feeling from
That's
him,
awesome.
just having a good conversation with him. So yeah.
Great.
Best part of my day, I had an interesting meeting that I felt really like positive about, and it was a good artistic meeting and about a project coming up for myself and things. And then just at the end of this meeting, the person we were meeting with, we were at a museum, and they were like, "Oh, by the way, you should just go upstairs and just like just go check out the exhibit upstairs."
Oh,
And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I had
Is that how they talk?
they were just going this, like that, like whatever. There's just like something mind blowing.
character from, like, the I Love Lucy show, like some like 50s one.
Mine's gonna be blown. That's gonna happen. So I had like 5 minutes because I had to go pick up my daughter, and I was like, I had 5 minutes, and I went upstairs and I like rolled through this exhibit of all this like wonderful art, and it was kind of like so amazing and so blinding and so unbelievable, because usually when you go to something like that, you're like, I'm gonna spend an hour and I'm gonna take in this exhibit. Instead I was just like wham 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 wham, and it kind of stayed with me.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
because it's like,
Maybe that's how we should always go to museums.
Yeah,
You have 10 minutes. 5 minutes to get to the door.
That's an interesting idea for
Okay,
like a show.
we are. Oh my god! I was just gonna say that. We have created a show.
Amazing.
It's called Museum in 5.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's like you have 5 minutes, take in as much as you can.
And then you come out. You have to do some type of report.
Yeah,
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 and you're like,
I love
I
it.
saw this thing. I saw a bunch of people looking at something.
Yeah.
It will be horrible because no one will ever remember.
No.
What they
Yeah, like-
seen.
But you know what? There's probably going to be like one thing that you never forget.
Yes,
Right?
there
Like,
is.
What if
It
you
was
had
like-
3
yeah.
people do it and then see
What they...
each come out with?
everybody
I don't know.
came out with the same
It's-
thing.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah,
but
I
we'll
like
find
it.
out.
Let us know your ideas for our museum
Museum
in a
in
minute.
5.
Museum
in a minute is better.
No, that's too short though.
Museum in a minute.
Yeah.
But then the podcast is a minute long.
That's good. Well, museum in a minute could be the length of time you get to talk about it afterward.
Oh yeah,
Like, it
there
could
you
be
go.
that.
So you get
I
5
don't
minutes
know.
to do it. We should continue.
We're going to talk about this after the
we
show.
will take this offline.
We're going to take
Yeah.
it offline. That's great. That's great.
There you go.
Amazing. So you're on Hype Night. What?
Oh, Amanda Barker was with me, and she said kimono per minute because we were looking at these beautiful kimonos.
Kimono per minute.
Yeah, so
that's
it was
good.
like these kimonos. They were gorgeous.
Nice.
They
Oh
were
my
so
goodness.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Well, I want to see this, but I only want to see it in 5 minutes. That's all. That's all I have time
Travel
for.
around the world.
That's it.
The MoMA.
Yeah.
That's right. MoMA in 5 minutes. Good luck to you.
Guess what, guys? We did it because it's 2019,
Yeah.
and the joke's
And it was
not getting old.
amazing.
Like I was recently at the National Gallery in Ottawa, and we were there for 2 hours, and we only saw 2 exhibits. Like that's how long because it takes you a long time.
I would love it if you had said, we only saw 2 pieces.
Here's the 2 pieces.
So I spent
It's
an
like
hour
that's
here.
enough. I'm good. I studied
I saw the red
every.
stripe.
That's right.
The yellow dots. I was done.
That was it. That was it.
That's all I need.
Okay, so
We haven't even
done
gotten
the
to
rules.
All right.
I know. This is what happens though.
Here are the hype rules. So
Okay.
they're really simple. If you're new to watching, this is how the hype hype rules work. You got to take the hype. So whatever we say, you just take it. You don't need to qualify it. You don't need to be like, I just did it for this. No. You just take your hype. Second, if we get anything wrong, please let us know if we got anything wrong.
For sure.
And third, if there's anyone else that you want to hype along, by all means, we can hype the person along. Like, for example, Amanda Barker, who I saw kimonos with today, who's a writing partner of mine. Hype to Amanda Barker.
Hype to Amanda Barker.
She was a previous guest as well.
Yeah.
There you go. So, away we go.
Away we go.
Yeah.
So you already mentioned your show this weekend. So that show is Fresh Air.
Yes.
And you are the host of Fresh Air on CBC Radio 1 on the weekends, right?
Yes.
Saturdays and Sundays?
That's right, from 6 to 9.
From 6 to 9. And you've been the host since, like, last spring, right?
Since last March, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be a year, like, very soon.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's so amazing.
Really cool.
It didn't come together in my brain that you and Fresh Air and everything was coming together until I was like starting to do research. And I was in the car and I was like, oh my gosh, I've been listening to you for a year. Really? Sometimes it's like just a little mental block.
You're like, oh, wait.
I'm like, hey, hang on. I really have been listening to you
Oh,
like
wow.
a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Like
love
a
Fresh Air.
bunch.
Wow.
Yeah, so much so that like when you took, because you took over for Mary Ito, right?
I did.
Yeah, so even like I remember my husband and I were like discussing it. We're like, oh, Mary Ito's leaving Fresh Air, blah blah blah. Cut to 2018, and here I am with you, and that's why I'm feeling a little like nervous.
Oh, don't feel nervous.
Well, you're really great.
Oh,
You're really great.
You're
The
so
thank
great.
you.
The
So
show's
great.
really great. It's wonderful to listen to. I love listening to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah,
It
love
really does.
We were both,
Yes.
ironically, we were both on Fresh Air at separate times, interviewed by Mary Ito.
That's
like,
right.
Years ago.
No way!
Yeah, years
we didn't
ago.
figure this
So
out.
what were you on for?
I had a show in the Rhubarb Festival at Buddies in Bad Times Theater. The show where I would do a one-on-one thing where people could relive a conversation that they had in their life that they wanted to go differently. I would improvise it with them, so it was like a one-on-one theater piece. And Mary Ito interviewed me about it.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was
And
cool.
you were on for?
I was on for Second City because I had done a couple of main stage shows. So I was on in Toronto, and then I was on with Andrew Alexander, who's the artistic director and the head of Second City. So it was me and him and Mary Ito talking about like the history of Second City and kind of where it is now and at that point and everything like that. Yeah, so it was really neat.
Yeah.
Full circle, man.
Full circle.
Yeah, total full
Well, and
circle.
also tonight we realized that you and I met in 2011 through our mutual friend Nicole Stamp.
Nicole,
Hype
if you're
to
there, hi, hi.
Hype. Former
Previous
guest of the
guest.
show, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And we met at the Toronto International Film Festival, and you and I have crossed paths at the Toronto International Film Festival that same year.
Yes.
Basically, there's a lot of
Yeah,
there's a
there's a
lot.
lot.
Of,
Also, the circles are small around here.
they are.
Yeah,
they are. They're
Especially in
tiny.
entertainment, the
Yeah.
circles are
Yeah,
kind of
it's true.
small.
It's
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're
No,
right.
it's true. The circle.
You're right. You can take me down a peg. It's fine. I will take it. It's
Oh
good
my gosh.
for me.
If you
It's
think
good for
that's
that
taking
time.
down.
Yeah.
I'm like, keep going, keep it coming. I can handle
It's
it.
all good. We also realized that we know each other because we're basically neighbors.
Yeah. So
Yes,
we
we
figured
really
that out,
are.
and it was
basically
like,
witnessing a reunion that we
gosh.
didn't know we were
like,
staging.
oh my gosh, we know each other.
This is fun.
So you were born in Ghana and raised in Newmarket.
Yes.
You've lived in Toronto now for quite some time. You went
Oh,
to
yeah.
school, for
Yeah.
years and years.
Yeah.
You went to Western for
Yeah.
journalism.
Yeah, well, I went to U of T for psychology,
Yeah.
and then I went to Western for journalism. Yeah.
Cool. I imagine that like having a degree in psychology is an interesting. Is interesting to you as a journalist.
It is.
would
I
really
mean,
imagine
I don't think of my degree while I'm,
Of course, yeah.
obviously, like, so when I was doing stats, no, it's more that like the reason why I think it's just that it makes sense
Yeah.
that a person who would go into psychology may also end up in journalism.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
you're interested in people.
Exactly.
Right? You're
Yeah.
interested in talking to people. You're interested in finding out what makes them tick, why they did this, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of, it's the same. I think it's the same. Although I have to admit that I don't, like I know what it is to have that degree, but I don't know what it is to be a psychologist or a psychiatrist
Right.
or a psychotherapist. I don't know the actual work. I just know certain theories that I've mainly forgotten. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
your
I think it still
interest, there's a
stands.
lot,
Yeah,
yeah.
the interest in people there, that basic thing still stands.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Newmarket Do you still have family and connections in Newmarket? The only reason why I ask is because I have family in Schaumburg, so I gotta know.
Well,
family
I
in
mean,
Aurora.
like high school, like our friend, like some of us who went to the same high school, Sacred Heart. What up?
Sacred Heart.
Hype to Sacred Heart.
All I can think of, like, do either of you go to a Catholic school?
Yeah.
Okay, so all I think of when I think of Sacred Heart is, and he will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn,
What?
make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm
of his hand.
of his hand. I love that song.
Me too.
So anyway,
I feel like I've never even heard it.
Listen, if Marco Timpano is watching, he will know this song.
so that was Sacred Heart.
Yep.
And we all knew that, even though I
Eagle's
wasn't
Wings.
Catholic or anything.
That was the first solo I ever sang at church. Was on Eagle's Wings.
Lovely. So are you actually Catholic?
I am. Well, I'm kind of a fallen Catholic now, but yeah, I did grow up Catholic.
So we were Anglican, but my father liked the fact that they had uniforms.
Yeah, well.
And so one of the reasons why he liked it was because living in Ghana, my father had one leg that was shorter than the other slightly shorter than the other because he had polio.
Okay.
And when he was,
Wow, yeah.
I don't know, 2 or 3 or something.
Yeah.
And his family lived right beside a military camp.
Okay.
So he would never have been able to make it in or I guess, become a soldier because of his legs. So when I was in high school, and I finished high school like half a semester early, and then there was like an opportunity I think I had a flyer from the guidance counselor of the army.
You joined the army. This is
I did.
amazing to me.
She joined the army, everybody.
I did, but I had it in the house or something, and my dad was like, "You should do this because you can make money." But the reason why was probably because he really liked discipline and uniforms.
Yeah.
Do you know that my father? You won't know this. I don't know why I'm asking you.
I spoke to him earlier.
He's dead.
No. I'm Catholic.
I'm sorry.
We had a whole,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
No,
with
it's
that.
fine.
He's dead, and it's okay.
As soon as I said it, I'm like, I really hope that the response is. And then I thought, but it's fine. We're just talking about Catholicism.
Yeah, it's fine.
No big deal.
It's fine.
No
You
big
did
deal.
it. We're through it now.
Okay,
it's fine.
good,
I'm just
good.
gonna continue.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
So, where was I now? God.
So your dad.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So when we were in, like from grade 2, we also lived in Thornhill before we lived in Newmarket.
Okay.
And
I lived in Woodbridge, so I.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we had uniforms every day. Me and my sisters.
Really?
These 3 Ghanaian girls wore a kilt.
Okay.
And knee-high socks and black patent shoes and a white shirt or a white turtleneck every day.
This was
it
before
was
you
not
went
a
to Catholic
uniform
school?
school.
Wow.
It was not a uniform
He really
school.
was into the uniforms.
My father wasn't joking.
Yeah, he liked the order of it.
He really did. And you know
Okay.
what? Can I tell you,
Oh
know
my
what?
God.
I don't remember anyone saying anything or making fun. I don't
Really?
remember. Unless I've blocked it out, I don't remember.
don't
I
know,
think
I mean-
later on, someone said like, so yeah, like why did you wear that? And I was like, I don't know.
I'll bet you there's people now that are like, do you remember those sisters who used to show up in the kilts?
Yeah, probably now.
Oh
they
yeah,
talk
I
about it.
remember those girls in the kilts.
And
I
so, how
remember
did
them.
you feel? Did you like wearing a uniform? Did it matter at all?
It didn't.
To you?
It was just what we wore. Like we listened to our father. I don't know what to tell you. Like
Right.
you did what he told you
Sure.
to do.
Yeah, of course.
And so anyway, that's all to say that going to a Catholic school made sense.
Yeah.
Like it makes sense because he liked the uniform and you didn't have to think about it and clothes and I don't know. Maybe it was actually cheaper. Like I don't know that we grew up.
Maybe.
You
Yeah.
know, like it's not like I grew up. I don't remember feeling like we were poor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we were.
But I think that's what they do
we
with
were.
uniforms. Like people feel like it's kind of like an equalizer.
Yeah,
But
it's
granted,
not though.
'cause
You
then
know,
everybody's got the
don't get it
shoe or-
twisted.
No.
The shoes.
No,
Yeah.
the shoes,
The shoes.
the shirt, and when I was in Catholic
Whatever
high
belt you
school-
have, your earrings, especially the shoes.
When I was in high school, the whole thing was that girls would really shorten their kilts short, and I didn't want to do that when I was in high school. Rolly. My sister rolled like crazy. Sonia D'Agostino, outing her. Funnily enough, I went to Catholic high school for 2 years, and I didn't shorten my kilt. But when I was in high school in Woodbridge, they had this whole thing where how you wore your pin indicated whether you were a virgin or not.
What?
If you wore your pin with the
up or
with the clasp on the right, it was one thing. With the clasp on the left, if you wore it upside down, like it had all these things. Then I left.
Is that what I mean? Children are horrible.
They are. They are. Like you can put people in a uniform, they're gonna find.
They will find ways.
Yeah, it's for sure.
I want to share a little something from Allison Broverman, who says, "As an agnostic Jew, I have no idea what just happened, but I love every second of it, and I hope there's more duets or trios. I can't join in, so there's not going to be a trio.
Allison, thank you.
Yes,
to come more this hype hour. Maybe we'll get some more gospels going.
Maybe.
That was it.
That was it. Yeah. I shouldn't be encouraged to sing the Catholic.
I went to Girl Guides.
Oh yeah, that was. Did you wear a uniform?
Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other is gold.
Oh, that's
nice.
There you go.
That's really nice.
That's what I got.
I like that. I didn't get
wings, no eagles, no wings and eagles.
No.
No.
Do you sell cookies?
Yeah.
Did you sell a lot of cookies?
My mother sold a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, she'd take it to work.
Oh yeah.
But you know what though? It wasn't like competitive in the way like it was like one troop in Schaumburg and that's it. And it wasn't like your troop 610 or something in Toronto. This is your ranking. It was like
it's really competitive.
We won.
It can be
very competitive.
I think you get prizes and stuff.
Do you get a badge?
No, you get badges for like doing stuff.
That's doing stuff?
Yeah, it's entrepreneurial.
No, like baking something or like picking something off the ground.
Wow, the bar's really low for Girl Guides. Picking something up.
Allison Broverman was a Girl Guide and into Pathfinders. I was also a Pathfinders. I also did Pathfinders until I got bullied pretty heavily and I left.
Oh no!
So, but I don't regret the experience. It was really great. I did like Brownies, Girl Guides, Pathfinders. I was ready to go and do more. But
can I tell you a Brownie story?
Yeah,
yes,
please do.
So we were in Brownies. This is when we lived in Thornhill.
Okay.
And I remember having the uniform. It was just me and my sister. And there was one day that my mother was late picking us up. Mm-hmm. And the my mother was late picking us up, and the woman, I guess, that was there called CAS on my mom.
What?
Yes. To basically say that you left your children with us.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
And my father pulled us out.
Yeah, you get pulled out for that.
Yeah.
And that was that.
Oh yeah.
And I asked my mom, I was like, so what was this about? Because in my mind, I was like, this is just a racist woman who just, that was what I was, honestly. And my mom, she wouldn't say it, but I think she was just like, she suspected, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But, my mom was not that late. Like, it wasn't like a...
No, that sounds...
That's filling in a narrative there that's like, that's not...
I don't know. Anyway.
No, I mean, like, that woman who called is filling in a narrative that's like, come on.
Yeah.
Give me a break. Everybody's late from time to time.
Right.
Oh my God.
But imagine calling, like, not even calling the mom.
No.
Like, you call...
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
In your brownie lane.
Yeah. Stay in that
like,
brownie
relax.
Like, what you're supposed to be doing?
How long did you wait? 5 minutes?
You're supposed to be collecting the 50 cents from everybody.
That's right.
Giving everybody a snack. Relax.
Listen, my dad used to be late all the time picking me up in dance class because he was at the bar playing cards with his friends.
He didn't get called on.
But I was just like alone waiting outside. Parents didn't care in Woodbridge. They didn't care about other kids.
You know what? While we're at it, I'm going to tell a Girl Guide story.
Yes! I got one for you.
Here it is. My mother was the first female Boy Scout leader in Canada.
What?
Because she has a unisex name, and they didn't realize she was a woman. And she went to the jamboree, and they were like, "What are you doing here with that uniform on?" And she was like, "I'm a leader." And they're like, "No, you're not."
Lynn!
Like
But did they keep the
No, she immediately got yanked.
Oh! So she was the first female Boy Scout leader for 5 minutes.
She was like Pope
And the
Jane,
last.
where you're like, just a secret.
She's the Kim Campbell of Girl Guides.
Oh
She's
my
like
goodness.
the prime minister for 5 minutes, and then and then that's it.
That was
good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
A little Canadian politics for here on a hype night. So, oh my God, there's so much to talk about.
So much here.
There's so
Oh my
much to talk
gosh,
about.
you used to do contributing to Metro Morning, and you were a
Yeah.
guest on Big City Small World.
Yeah. Well, you started out on was it called Go?
Go?
The show's called
Yes.
Go, and you did this contest. You used to like
Yeah, so I there's some of us are part of a feminist group called Super Ladies, and there's a woman on it. Part of the group, her name is Sophie Cohn.
Yes.
And
Oh,
Sophie
yes.
Cohn was writing for Go.
Okay.
And I had worked with Sophie Cohn at Women's Post with Sarah Thompson.
Oh, yes.
A million years ago.
Whoa.
And so Sophie and I worked there.
Yeah.
And then Sophie, when she was doing this, working for Go, she needed an extroverted person
Okay.
to call on.
Yes, like the air quotes. If you're listening to the podcast, there were some heavy air quotes.
She needed a so-called extroverted person. And so, I don't know why. But anyway, so she called me. And so when I came onto the show, and it was with, what's that comedian? I think she's part of Second City. Her name is Lisa...
Merchant.
Yes, it was
Lisa Merchant.
Lisa Merchant.
Yes,
To
and
Lisa Merchant.
it was with Lisa Merchant, and she was like pretending to be a person who like gave people advice on how to have a dinner party.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
And so my
She would
husband
be
and
great
I
with
were
that.
on. Like
Okay.
I was like an expert. Anyway, so what happened was after that show, I took the producer aside and I was like, so I'm supposed to be working here. How do we make this work?
Yes.
And
so
he was,
I love that.
his name is David, and David Carroll, he, bless him, sat down with me a few weeks after and was very open and said, okay, well, I don't have anything for you now, but when something opens up, we can maybe try something.
Oh my gosh, that's
Wow.
amazing.
And so then he needed something they needed a new contest person for Go.
Okay.
And so I came in and I auditioned or whatever it was, and then I was in CBC. So for me, it was mainly like, okay, thank you, I am here now, and then I just pitch every
I love it.
every show, and I was just like,
Oh my gosh.
ah!
That's
And like
so
I was only
amazing.
supposed to be there for I think maybe a few hours a week, but like once I was able, I was like, I'm not leaving.
I'm in now.
I'm not leaving. Like, do you know what you
Yeah.
did? I'm not leaving.
But you know what? That's a special thing. Because
Yes.
it's like a lot of people would have done that thing. They would have left and been like, oh, maybe someone will call me or whatever. But to be able to take the initiative to say, no, I like this and I want to do this and I'm going to put myself out there at the fear of rejection or whatever. Because, he could have said, take a hike.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but you don't have a right to come and ask me this or expect anything
I
of
think
it.
in the moment I really believed that I did.
Yeah, that's
like
what
I
I
was
was
like
saying.
because I had like by that time I had finished my degree. I had worked in Ghana for a little bit, and then I was in a place where I didn't have a job. Like I came back from Ghana because my father had passed away, and then I was like with my she's
Just
laughing.
take it just
She's
again.
laughing at the fact that my
No,
father died.
You
No.
just pointed to me and you were
I
like,
know. My father died.
Father died.
Remember how you mentioned my dead dad?
Remember that awful moment where you brought that up?
that lady.
God. It's the first episode of 2018, and I wish it was 2019. I'm being honest.
So then you'd be over it, and the moment would be past, but it's still here.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, anyway, so I ended up in marketing and advertising for about 5 years, and so when this opportunity came, I was very, very happy, and I was in that place where you're just like, oh no, remember, this is what I wanted to do. So I was really in that place of like,
Yeah.
this is what I want to do. So I had gotten my website, I got my website together,
Yeah.
and like put all my work that I had done, and I was just ready. I was so ready. I just
Awesome.
wanted to,
My
I
gosh, that's
love
so
it.
great.
It's so inspiring to me. I have noticed as well online, like on Facebook, I love your advice to women about asking for raises or negotiating their salaries, like
Yeah.
the confidence to say, this is what I truly want, this is what I think I'm worth, and I'm just going to ask for it. And like, I feel like that's a conversation we have to keep having as women, like it's so important.
Yeah.
Because I find that generally, I know for myself, I can speak for myself, it is hard to ask for that.
Yep. And especially with these, like, a lot of women know there's, like, these groups on Facebook where it's, like, just women-only groups or whatever, friends and people, kind of like we were talking about, like, the super women group or whatever it is. I find that those conversations come up a lot, too, where it's like, oh, I've been offered this job and I want to ask for this, or I want to ask for babysitting, or I want to ask for, like, childcare or whatever it is. And, like, everybody seems to be so, like, I don't know how to do it and I don't know,
Yeah.
and looking for support because it's just not... Generally speaking, it's just not in our vocabulary or it's not
And
in our toolbox.
I'll say it hasn't been for me. The reason why I'm so vocal about it is because I had not done it until a year ago.
Right.
I had never done it until a year ago. The day that I actually was hired to do go, I should have negotiated in that moment. Because then by now I'd be making more.
Sure.
Right.
Sure. Of course.
Right.
I should have negotiated right then.
Right.
Yeah.
But so that's why I'm so vocal about it now, because I want to speak to anyone who is like me in that moment, where just about to get a job or has got a job. Negotiate. Even if you're not negotiating money, ask for something, because it does something for both you and your employer. It tells your employer that this is a person who's not going to be effed with, or not even that. It just tells the employer that this person values herself.
Yes, yeah. You meet each other in a different way if you come to the table with the things that you want and
Yes.
You have priorities, or that you have a focus of who you are. Yes.
yeah.
Totally. And you know what? I would like to hype Jennifer Hollett.
Yes.
Jennifer Hollett is
Hype.
the woman who practiced with me the night before I negotiated my salary.
Wow.
Amazing.
She gave me advice. We actually talked through the words. She told me, I think it was her that
That's amazing.
I think it was her that told me that piece of advice where you say what you want and then you imagine yourself drinking a glass of water and
Yes.
you say nothing,
Yes.
which you have to practice.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Because
so
we're always like this, well, thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for giving me this job. I'm so, so grateful. But like, so I was thinking that I want, like, I was just like, you don't have to if you don't want to, but like, can I, like maybe 10,000, I don't know, it doesn't have to be 10,000, it could be 5,000, it could, just give me, can I have your water? Like, you end up coming down.
Yep.
You don't have,
I find that in any situation, though. Like, I find sometimes if I'm in a situation where I'm like, oh, I'm being confronted about something, or I'm in a difficult conversation right now, or I'm in a something, sometimes I'll just be like, just stop talking.
Yep.
Just stop talking right now. So I will do it where I just kind of, and you just wait, and it's a horrible feeling, but it will make the other person say something and make the other person move, because if you keep talking, you keep moving.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
it. That's
yeah,
it.
It's
Yeah.
so true.
It's
But it
great
is
advice.
hard. It was great. It was great advice that she gave me, and I'm with you. This is a conversation we have to keep having. And I encourage you, if you are listening and you have either a personal board of directors or some women that you're with, and if you can start the conversation around how much money you are making and how much everyone is making,
Yes.
we will make things better.
Yep.
Seriously.
Yep.
Like, I have no problem now. I'm in a place where, even though it's scary, I want to talk about how much money I'm making, how much I was making before, how much, like, I'm okay with it, because we have to, how are we going to...
No, we need transparency around it and community around it.
It's so true.
Yeah.
The transparency is really big.
Yeah.
I have a friend who, I think she worked, it was at Rogers, and she worked in HR, and she had experience with working with people who negotiate for themselves, and she said that men are negotiating for themselves. For her, she in her experience, more men were negotiating than women, and she said it's partly because the men are actually talking to each other. They will actually say to the employer, well, I did learn that this person is making this much, so the onus is on you to find out what other people are making, and, weigh it upon what you have done, what you bring to the table, also what you're willing to, like, take a hit for. Like, if it's a new thing that you want to try, maybe you won't take more, maybe because you just want to try.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Anyway, this is a huge.
Huge.
I could go on and on about this
it's
one.
huge. There's
but
this,
there's a lot.
in a kind of half related thing. I worked for Statistics Canada for about 6 months in my life.
That's cool.
Yeah, I worked for Statistics Canada. For some strange reason, I got all the way through all these many interviews, and I ended up working there for 6 months. And then,
How many interviews?
Oh, 3?
Wow.
Yeah, many.
My
And I'm
husband
not
went for a
even-
job 4 interviews.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of
Like a
them.
lot.
Crazy time, yeah.
I'm not even like I have one language. I don't know why I was hired.
One language.
It
That's
doesn't
right.
make sense. It doesn't make sense. that I was
Sorry,
there.
continue.
But so I worked there for 6 months until I had it was funny too, because I kind of had forgotten like why I left, and I was like, oh right, I was left because I was basically bullied and bossed around and treated quite badly by my boss, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's why I left, huh? I had kind of blocked it out and forgotten about it. But I recently thought about it because I got this letter saying, oh, there's been this like human rights violation or something, like whatever, and it went to this tribunal and this whole thing.
Oh.
And StatsCan had been found that they had been hired, like they had been paying their women employees less than their male employees.
How'd they find that out? Did they do their own
Oh,
stats?
Stats Canada.
But it had been
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh
No,
at
it's
you,
great.
but it's funny.
So
but it had been
funny.
going on for like 20 years. Like, I worked, like, there in, like, the early 2000s. Like, it had been going on, and it went on from so far before that. So they were like, there's this thing, and whatever, if you want to be involved in it. And I was like, hell yeah, I want to be involved in it. I know I only worked there for 6 months, and I'm probably going to make about $3 off this settlement. But the truth is, I want to show how many people
there's power
were
in
not
numbers.
paid. Because now they're trying to collect all this data, and it's going through, like, they had to find me through my income taxes. Like, I haven't worked there for so long. Like, they don't know where I live. They know nothing. So, anyway, I just got my settlement. It was, like, for, like, $70.
Hey!
And mostly I was like, I just want to be counted. Because I didn't even realize that was happening when I was there. And also, when I left that job, I got treated like garbage. So I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, no, good for you.
Yeah,
good for you.
$70.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, it's even beyond the money. It's about, it's about your own agency and pride and about the, like, principle of it.
Yeah.
And the awareness around it. That's good.
Did you negotiate when you got that job?
No. I didn't even know why I was there. I was like, what?
You had to negotiate in another language and you couldn't because it was only English. They're like, the negotiations happen in French.
This is a hype night, so I got more stories about that. I'll tell you later.
All right.
So you also, you host and produce awesome podcast that I listened to a bunch of episodes even just today. This was part of my, like, best part of my day. Was listening to you talking to Garvia Bailey and, like, all these awesome people.
Oh my god.
Called Media Girlfriends. And so you talk to all your girlfriends in the media and you chat.
Yeah.
You chat about what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's so fun and fresh and I love it.
Thank you.
Really love it.
That means a lot.
Hey, good.
Somebody called me today to say, so when's the second season coming out? Like, what are you doing? Because she's, this is a woman who's trying to create her own podcast sort of company, so she wants to gather a few together. But she was just like, so what are you doing? And I was like, I really was like, I just know that I want to continue it, and I have all these ideas, but execution has been my issue.
Listen, we get it. We get it. It's a lot of work because this is in addition to all your CBC and all your life stuff, right? It's like life.
Yeah, just trying to put it all together.
Yeah. Well, we love it, and we send you all of our support.
Thank you.
However, and so you should check it out. It's Media Girlfriends. It's on iTunes.
Yep.
I listen to it on SoundCloud, but I also
iTunes, SoundCloud, Acast, Stitcher, Google Play.
A bunch of places.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
It's really great.
Second season will come out soon.
Yay!
Navigating careers. I love it.
I feel like we should do a little lightning round. Maybe.
Okay.
Because I feel like we've covered a lot of stuff through the conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot. So, like, you should definitely tune into Fresh Air on CBC Radio 1 on Saturdays and Sundays at 6, right? 6 to 9? Yeah.
If you're driving somewhere, you're going somewhere.
Definitely do that.
At that time, put your car
just
on it.
Come on.
Put your car on.
We know you're driving.
Sit in your car. Yeah. When's the last time you just sat in your car?
They're like, I'm in it right now.
Yeah, you're in your car.
So we're going to do a little lightning round, which just means we're going to go a little quicker. We're going to talk about the things you've hosted, guest hosted, contributed to, co-hosted, just to cover it all because there's so much of it.
Oh,
and
wow.
it should all be spoken. So
this feels so good.
Yay! Here we go. Fresh Air.
Radio 2 Top 20 Music Countdown.
Media Girlfriends.
CBC Media launch for the award-winning TV miniseries The Book of Negroes with actors Cuba Gooding Jr. and Lou Gossett Jr.
Moderated panels for Book of Negroes writer Lawrence Hall and director Clement Virgo.
You also reported with the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, which you talked about.
Yeah. I'm lost. I'm lost where I am.
You also hosted the Because I Am a Girl cross-country high school tour with Plan Canada.
Yes, it did.
There you go.
You guest hosted on Radio 2 Morning,
Weekend Morning,
Radio 2 Drive.
Big City Small World.
You were a contributor for Metro Morning.
CBC's Q.
You introed artists at the CBC Music Festival.
And you co-hosted the BPPA Harry Jerome Awards.
Black Business Professional Association.
That's right. They're recognized as the most prestigious national awards gala in the African Canadian community.
Yeah.
And you co-hosted.
Yeah.
Amazing. So that's just a touch of the things that you are up to.
I feel so good.
Yay!
I feel so good.
Yeah,
We feel so good.
I just did something with Plan Canada, but it's not out yet.
Ooh, I can't wait to find
It'll be out
out.
in a couple months. You'll get to see it.
That's great. Does it have to do with girls or women?
No.
Okay, that's okay.
Nope, it doesn't.
okay.
It has
Everyone
to, it has
matters.
to do with animals.
Nice.
Cool.
Do
Oh,
with animals.
I know what that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. It's exciting, everybody.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
It's gonna be good. There's a lot of great conversation online about all your stuff. There's a lot of social media hype. Someone reviewed your podcast and talked about what a stellar host you are.
They did?
Yeah, they said
What?
Nanaba is a stellar host and has created an amazing podcast. Media Girlfriends is real talk about the workplace, careers, race, culture, the Canada we're living in, gender, and so much more. The conversations between Nanaba and her accomplished and interesting guests offer so much to young women navigating careers, life, relationships, identity, and the media.
Come on.
Come on now.
Come on.
Come on now. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I have not seen that.
There it is. I found it for you.
awesome.
Here's another really good one. Nanaba Duncan is truly amazing. Congratulations to CBC for choosing the best to host Fresh Air. She's warm and authentic.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Right? That's
It's
what people
nice
are
hearing
saying.
this
True
stuff.
though.
Yeah.
You are warm and authentic.
You are warm and authentic.
Thank you.
Those are great words to describe you.
Authenticity has been something that I've wanted to work on. That is the thing that
Okay.
I want to show the most. I am always trying to be myself.
I think you've
Yes,
got to be.
it's hard.
You have to start as an authentic person to continue being authentic.
I would agree with that
I'm
statement.
just gonna make that huge statement. Put it out there.
Put it out there.
Okay, but I will say that I think that there are authentic people out there who, myself included, who because of fear, you don't allow your own
Sure.
authenticity to
Sure.
show up.
Oh, for sure.
To come through, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's hard it's challenging to be authentic in a world that so often is not authentic or that prizes superficial inauthenticity, as you said.
But I think we value it more now.
I agree, and I think people can see through things. Like, I really feel like when you're looking at a lot of the stuff that is making headway in the media, people who are coming to the forefront, movies, musicians, like books, like people actually really can sense authenticity. They can see through.
But I feel like we've always been able to do that. You just don't listen to it. Like, you know when you meet someone and you're like, no,
Right.
there's something, it's all here. It's
Yeah.
all like out at
I
me.
think I get that, but I think that's just like it in personal relationships, like face to face or on the phone or whatever. But I just mean in media. And when we're
Right.
talking about in television, and I think there is more. I think the appetite is more for authenticity.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think it has to do with, Dale talks a lot about people want to go back to the analog because everything's so digital.
Yeah.
And I think it's a similar thing where there's so much coming at us all the time that we're craving something more grounded.
I think those are going to start to be like our bespoke experiences that people are looking for when they're looking. It's like, I get so much of this, there's nothing special about this and this and this and this and this. What I want is to be able to put this down and touch something and have a tactile, real authentic experience. Like,
Yeah,
that's
and
why
to
it's
connect.
that's why it's like $300 to buy a concert ticket, to like go and like hear
To have
something
the
with your own
experience.
ears.
Yeah.
That's why it's
Yeah.
happening, because everybody can listen to the music, but to experience it is like something else.
Yeah. Cool.
I believe it.
Deep.
I think it's true.
Yeah.
I think so too. There you go.
Great.
Let's talk a little bit about our new favorite thing.
Yeah, new favorite
We're
thing.
already at new favorite thing.
We're already
This
there.
episode is like speeding.
Flying by.
Oh, I'm so
It's
excited.
flying
love
by
it.
with authenticity.
Yeah, authenticity.
I'm gonna start with my new favorite thing.
Okay, go for it.
This is kind of fancy. So
Is that the fancy dance?
yeah,
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Kind of fancy.
If you're listening to the podcast, just imagine
a lot of
whatever.
Imagine someone has put an ant at the top of your neck and it's going down your back,
Yeah.
and you are trying to
Yeah.
wiggle it down to the edge of
Yeah.
your shirt
Yeah.
away.
away from me.
That's the fancy dance.
While I have my new favorite thing
Yeah.
is I got an espresso maker.
Really?
My husband's wonderful, and
Love
he bought
it.
me an espresso maker.
Okay.
Like a machine.
What brand is it?
A
Do you know?
DeLonghi.
We have a DeLonghi.
Oh my god.
DeLonghi is not a sponsor of the show.
Nope.
We just enjoy their products.
But they're welcome to be if
They're welcome to be.
Yeah, so it's like I only started drinking coffee like 10 years ago. I didn't get into it like in my 20s or anything like that. Like I got into it later, and I love it, and I love making coffee, and I love the smell of coffee.
Yeah.
I love the culture of coffee. I'm into it. And so I can't help it. So now, and I was like, I want to have one. And so I have this new machine, and I'm working on my cappuccinos and finding the right grind
Yep.
and the right bean and the.
Where'd you get your
thing
beans?
And right now, I'm trying to stick it all with like Canadian, like roasted
nice.
kind of thing. So I haven't had a ton of different types
Right.
yet.
Okay.
I mean, mostly through picking horses and stuff like that. I tried a couple Italian beans, but it's also like our water is different and stuff. So I'm into it, and I'm really having a good time.
Yay, that's great. That's
And
fantastic.
everybody comes over. I'm like, can I make you a coffee?
And DeLonghi's a Canadian company, as far as I know.
Oh, great,
I'm
even
pretty sure
better.
the
I
DeLonghi's
didn't
are
know that.
Canadian. I'm going to say that, and I'm going to say that I'm right about it, but we'll double check. There you go.
Yeah.
My new favorite thing. This is a little bit boring, but my new favorite thing is podcasts. Like
podcasts are
that's
great.
like
So
it's
great.
not that new, but I mean, I love podcasts so much. I love them all. I love the variety. I love that you can get everything that you want. I mean, talking about authenticity, there are people on these podcasts who are they're just being themselves unapologetically.
Yep.
And that's where you're finding like real moments of laughter and like truth and sadness, and it's just I love it. So I do love the ones where it's just people talking like us, but I also love some of the produced ones as well. So there's one podcast that I have not listened to yet. I think it's out. I think it's Making Obama.
Okay. Oh,
Because do you know Making Oprah? Mm-hmm. So
I haven't listened to it.
Okay, yeah. So I think it's the same people who are
Cool.
making or who have done Making Obama. So I want to listen. Making Oprah was.
I haven't listened.
Oh my gosh!
I gotta listen.
Well, she was on the show.
It's
so
so great.
She was on the show. We just didn't get around to
Yeah,
talking
you
about
had
it.
so much to talk about.
We
Soul
did.
sessions.
Yeah,
And
that's
whatever's
true.
happening in 2019.
That's
flying
right.
cars.
She is. There's like a Wrinkle in Time sequel comes out. I mean, I hope we will that into being. But yeah.
I'm all into because I love improv and everything. I've been listening to a lot of improvised podcasts right now.
really?
Yeah, and I'm really there's two that I'm really really loving.
Are they they're good?
Genuinely great. Yeah, there's one called Mission to Zinx, which I'm
Yeah, you told me about that.
So
It's
so what is this about? Like, how do you have tell me how it works.
It's improvised. So there's one that's this one's a science fiction one. It's kind of somewhere in between the world of Star Wars and Star Trek, and they go on missions, and it's all improvised. So there's that one.
Is there music in it? So does the
Yep,
person
there's
put music in afterward?
Afterward, it's produced and it's
That's
edited
so
together.
cool.
Yeah,
And the
pretty
other
cool.
one that I love is called My Neighbors Are Dead, and I just got to guest on it, which is fantastic. It's called My Neighbors Are Dead.
Great
and
title.
It's so great. It's it's a wonderful podcast, and they basically it's an interview style thing, but it's improvised, and it's the story is so you know how a movie happens. Let's say it's Night of the Living Dead. So there's all the people in the farmhouse. This is an interview with the neighbors. so it's
That's fantastic.
it's like Jaws. You know, they have an episode of Jaws, and it's these tourists that just show up on the beach, and they're not part of the movie, but they're then no shark was there.
We're gonna do a Rosemary's Baby one.
Oh my gosh,
I feel like
they're
that
so
would be
funny.
cool.
So mine's gonna come out in a couple weeks. I'll let you know when it comes out. But it's such a great
Nice.
podcast.
Cool.
Improvised podcast, yeah.
My new favorite thing is buying clothes on this website called eShakti. Which
eShakti?
What
yeah.
is that?
I'm obsessed.
How do you spell
Is this where this is
eShakti?
from?
This is where this is from.
Okay, because
It's
I really
that.
I'm into this.
Okay,
is
cool.
nice.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
so I got this there. It's lowercase e and then capital SHAKTI, eShakti.com.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. And I found out about it from someone actually that I met through Nicole Stamp again. Nicole Stamp is the great connector of all people.
Major
and things,
connector.
which I love. But it's basically, they have all kinds of clothing. It's reasonably priced. It's really well made. And you can order sizes, and they have size charts. And you can customize it. So you can give them your measurements, and they'll make any of the clothes you want specifically to your measurements.
Did you do that today?
No, this is just a standard size, but I bought a dress and a skirt that were specific measurements, and you can get the necklines customized, the lengths of the hems, the sleeves.
Because this is a long arm.
Yeah, you give them your measurements. Amazing. Good demonstration. Well done.
problem.
But yeah, they'll customize it, and so it arrives tailored to your body.
That's amazing.
And it's only a $10.
So are you paying a premium? Because this sounds expensive.
You're paying $10 extra for any customizing you want. So if you just get one thing customized, or if you get the whole garment customized.
How much was this?
This was, I don't remember now.
Don't lie.
$40?
Okay.
Something?
Okay.
30 or 40 bucks. It's not crazy expensive. I bought a dress for
But to buy something online
Yeah.
and know that your measurements are the measurements that are going to come.
Well, that's the
yeah.
thing, right?
Is this
That's
a Canadian
what I liked
company?
about it. No, I think it's a UK company. But I don't know. I'm loving it so far.
That's
Okay.
great. How did
I'm
you
into
find
it.
out about it?
Again, this girl that I met at
Right.
Nicole Stamp's birthday party, at another one of Nicole Stamp's birthday parties, which is basically where you'll meet anybody you ever need to know.
I've never been to them.
Larissa's her name. She's actually in the Super Ladies. We'll get you there.
Sure, get me in.
This is a plea to Nicole Stamp. Let her in. Let Dale in. But Larissa is her name, and she's actually in Super Ladies in that group. But she has great style, and I reached out to her because I was like, you have great, cool retro. Like I buy a lot of clothes also at Rosie the Rebel, and like kind of a vintage because of my figure. They just look nicer on my body than a lot of contemporary fashion. And so she was like, oh, here's all the places I buy my clothes, and she gave
Beautiful.
me all these tips. And
Anish Acti was one of them.
yeah.
Cool.
So
Cool, that's really cool.
New favorite thing.
New favorite thing, everybody.
That's perfect.
New favorite
Into
thing. Yeah.
Great.
Well, this has been
This has been
a slice.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's over.
That's
know,
it. It's
all
crazy. Well, people can find you on Twitter and Insta.
At Nanaba. NANAABA.
Yeah. And on Instagram, it's the Naba Duncan, the whole.
The whole thing, yeah.
Great.
And they can hear you on CBC and on Media Girlfriends, and just keep checking you out because you're awesome. We're so happy you were here.
so happy you were here. Thank you so much
Thank you for
doing
having me.
Our pleasure.
This feels good. I want to
Great
stay.
pleasure. Yeah, well, you can
Do
stay.
another hour.
Okay, well, we'll hang out.
Yeah, we'll hang out.
We'll have to turn the cameras off. So.
And everyone else can join us next week, and we'll have a brand new guest. And
Yeah, we're going to
revealing
announce
who it is on Monday.
Yeah,
so tune in.
Stay tuned, and thanks for joining us, however you joined us.
Yes.
If you were here live, if you're seeing us on Amazon, if you're listening to us, and you're trying to figure out that dance move, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Have a hypeful time. We're dancing again, in case you're just listening. We're doing...
Imagine 3 people just jamming it out.
This is my favorite part of the song. Open source music, thank you!
Yeah! When are we going salsa dancing?
Oh, can we go soon? I want to do it.